Hey guys, appreciate you checking out my YouTube channel. New week at FB Coach Simpson, and so we're going to be looking at a couple different things on my website as well as on my YouTube channel. This week is all going to be about play calling. As an offensive coordinator or a head coach or whatever role you're serving in, calling plays is something we've got to get pretty good at. And so this week we're going to be looking at different parts of calling plays on a Friday night, Saturday, whenever you're calling plays. So today we're going to talk about building a play sheet, and I'm going to walk through the ways that I build a play sheet. Then we're going to look at scripting. How do you set up your script at the beginning of the game? What are you trying to accomplish? Then we're going to look at motions and shifts. Why use motions and shifts, how to use them effectively, how to get the most bang for your buck. Okay. Then tempo. How do you handle tempo? And I'll walk through the ways we do it and some suggestions possibly for you. And then your adjustments. What are your built-in adjustments? How are you making adjustments in the middle of a game? So this week's all about offensively play calling. For me specifically, I'll be speaking towards my Gun T RPO system. And I actually have a full course, if you're interested in getting really in depth on this, where I walk through how we built our play sheet. You get our play sheet and you get some film of us going against another team using that same play sheet. Kind of a cool deal. If you're interested, it's on CoachTube, or you can reach out to me, fbcoachsimpson@gmail.com. But for today, building a play sheet, here's what I always try to do. So on the back of my little play sheet, okay, we're looking at players over plays. I'm looking at what can I do to get the ball to my best player in the best situation possible. So on that sheet, I've got a guy's name, the positions he can play, and then the plays he can get the ball from, or he's the primary target at least on that sheet. Okay. Inside of that sheet, we also have ways we're going to handle it if our quarterback goes down, or if we got to move a guy from this position to this position. But it's ways that I know, if Johnny's our best player, this play gets him the ball in a good situation. Because in 40 seconds to call a play, you're trying to get a formation of this and whatever. Sometimes you just got to remember as a coach, your job is to get the ball to your best guy. And so make sure you've got a list of those plays you can quickly go to get called. Second thing, guys, obviously down and distance, okay? And on the bottom here, I'm going to hit those money downs, but down and distance, how are you going to handle, second and long? You need to kind of work through what your process is there, and that has to match your offense. How are you going to work through third and long, okay? How are you going to work through second and two? How are you going to work through those situations? Get it down there so that when it comes to that time, you can either take a shot maybe on second and short or third and short or whatever, or if you want to ground and pound, you kind of have it in there, okay? Red zone. How are you going to handle the red zone when the field shrinks? This needs to be done by a research of what the opponent's going to do and then what you want to do to go towards it. I always recommend you get in the red zone, you kind of have your selection menu kind of shrinks, and you may have a lot more of these motion shifts and adjustments that go on down there. You need to have that on your play sheet. So when you get down there, there's no issues. Games are won and lost, third and goal, fourth and goal. So you want to make sure you're ready for that. Okay. And inside of that, again, don't forget players over plays. Get the ball to your dude down near the goal line. 2-minute and 4-minute offense. How do you want to handle 2-minute at the end of a half? How do you want to handle 2-minute at the end of a game? How do you want to handle 4-minute at the end of a half? How do you want to handle 4-minute at the end of a game when you're trying to run it out? Okay, so you need to have those things built in, and even inside of there, you may even have we have like a 30-second where I know we got to have a play that's going to get a first down or get out of bounds. So that's on there as well. Okay, plays where I know now we're not going to be running a lot of motions and shifts. We got to get the ball off quickly. We'll talk about tempo later on, but that's in that selection menu also for me. Finally, the money downs. How are you going to handle third down first? Usually the way we're going to handle third down depends on how we're going to handle fourth down. So 3rd and 8, if we're not going to go for it, play looks different. Then 3rd and 8, we're probably going to go for it on 4th down. So those are things you need to work through and have on your play sheet. So in our play sheet, we have a 3rd and 2, a 3rd and 4, a 3rd and 6, a 3rd and whatever. And then we kind of know, or I know, These are, we gotta have it right now. So I have like a 4th down chart. So those are those almost like 3rd down, we gotta have it. So those 4th down, we gotta have it. So that looks a little different than maybe 3rd and 7 does for us. But you need to have that stuff down. The more you can have on your sheet, the better it's gonna be, okay? Just don't forget, guys, if nothing else, don't forget this one. Because I've gone into games before, thought I called a great game, and our best player touched the ball 8 or 9 times. Okay, that's unacceptable as an offensive play caller. That should be your #1 job. So make sure you're handling this as you work down there. The down and distance, your red zone, all of that stuff needs to be on your play sheet. The rest of this week, guys, I'm going to be going through how to script. How are you scripting coming out of the gate? How are you scripting coming out of the half? What are you trying to accomplish? And I'll tell you what we're trying to accomplish in our offense. Motions and shifts, what are you doing with motions and shifts? Are you maximizing their effectiveness, or are you shifting and motioning so that you look good? Because that's not the point of that, okay? Tempo, how are you changing tempo? Okay, and I'll talk about how we use tempo to try to be effective for us. And then adjustments. Adjustments, how are you setting up a system to make quick, decisive adjustments that are going to help you win ball games? Again, guys, appreciate your time. If you have more questions or you'd like more depth, I have this whole course on CoachTube. If you haven't already, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel down below. Appreciate your time.